What is up, guys? Wraith here, Graybearded Gaming Society. We are back on our little monk buddy reading. We just managed to sell those belts from last time, pocket a little bit of plat. We are going to run back here to town really fast, mostly just to drop off our bracer here because it's a little heavier than we want to be at the moment. Like we're maxed out for our monkey armor class versus weight things. We definitely want to get that fixed, put it in the bank, also to make sure that nothing happens to it. Don't want to accidentally destroy it, don't want to sell it, not being paying attention, store it with other quest items real quick. We're going to jump in here, we're going to take care of that, we're going to dash back out, see if we can't, we have one buff left from the super pile of shaman buffs we were given last time. But we are going to see about getting ourselves, a couple of buffs. We'll see what happens. And then we are going to head over to North Row and try our luck with some of the dervishes, the dervish cutthroats, whatever, and see if we can't get the ring that we need. But I will spare you my fumbling around in town, and I will meet back up probably right as we're zoning back into North Row, I think, after we've picked up some buffs. Stick around, we'll be right back. Alrighty, gang. We have finished our run through town. We dropped off. We kept a couple of coins with us. Nothing spectacular. Enough to basically pay for like an emergency port if something comes up or donate for so, etc., etc. Then we dropped off our goodies. We got our weight back to where we wanted to be. We're actually under our good monkey weight at the moment. While we're here, we'll make a super quick stop. Because I'm pretty sure this guy will still have, still right there. Still right there. So if all else fails, we can fall back to the shady swashbuckler. But we jumped back through the tunnel. We offered to buy a sew and got a decent little complement of shaman buffs. Some strength, shifting shield for armor class, Houseman's Thar. We actually got regens. We'll see how long that holds us up. But puts us in a pretty good spot. We're going to tear off into North Row, see if there's any action going on. And then we will check out some of the derv camps. So who do we got? Alrighty then. So, don't really think we're going to be grouping for this adventure. However, with the buffs we just got, so if I remember correctly, and actually we found him last time when we were hunting spiders. Like the very first derv, I say the first, it's on the far side, further up to the top where that Dorn spawns. We definitely want to stay away from that. Dorn is a disaster, and if he gets loose, he just makes himself a nuisance all over the zone. Even though there's not that many people here, I still don't want to be the guy who lets him loose. So I think what we're actually going to do is we're going to try to head down to Derv 2, which should be right behind the Haunted Ruins, which is also a spot that I was messing around at. I mean, at the same time, you just saw when I hit the Sand Scarab, this might not be a bad spot for us just to try to get some experience. Because, I mean, a decent chunk of these spiders should still be blue. The bigger beetles should still be blue. I mean, there still should be some options for us. But right now, we are a monk on a mission. We're going to see what we can do. I guess I also need to kind of be looking around. So here's Derv 1. Yeah, and the disaster is already up. And he is like one of the most ridiculous undercons I remember in this game. Like I remember him, like he spawns at like a 14 to 16. But he's just ridiculously stronger than what he spawns at. So we are not going to, we're not going to risk that one. So somewhere here we go. Well, that's an orc raider. That's not what we want. All right, dervish cutthroats. Now this is actually might be the problem because I thought, yeah, they come in such a wide range of levels. This is gonna be a problem because there ain't no way. I don't think there's any good way for us to single some of this stuff. So let's tell you what. Let's get this guy out of our way. Flee, little orc, flee. Alright, so we got him out of the way. So these guys are still indifferent to us. So let's see what happens. We're either about to start running for the zone, hard and fast, or we're going to get maybe one or two of these guys. Alright, so we got two. So I think we'll, tell you what, let's focus on the blue guy first, because I think we can take him. I hope. Tiger Claw! Come on, let's. I mean, they're putting a pretty good hit on us pretty quickly here. Get the mend button. Just try to stay ahead of things. So we do have a regen at the moment, which might carry us through this. Basically, what I'm seeing here is we might be in a little bit of trouble, because this might not be something we'll be able to break on our own, at least not without a massive set of buffs. And I also know what happens after you kill a couple of these guys, of course. They're going to be... Hey, well, there's our ring in the first shot, right? A cutthroat insignia ring. That should be the right one. Right. That should be the one that we need. Yeah, the cutthroat insignia ring. So we got it right out of the gate. Now let's see. Ow! Wow, she hits hard. And we are missing a bunch here. So we're out of here. We are out. We have so. You do not. It's almost too bad we don't have play dead. We just blarg. We're still a few levels off, but that is that's funny. I actually put it on. So there is our cutthroat insignia ring. And a wooden shield to sell. Some blood. Let's need to work on our alcohol tolerance. I'm trying to decide, should I there's some safe fall practice, maybe? Not quite. Trying to decide if we should run this guy back down the tunnel. We'll run him back down the tunnel. There's so few people here, I just don't think it's going to be a big deal. So let me run this twerp off. And I will meet you guys on the other side. And we will run, and we will go do a hand-in. I mean, quick, awesome Uber action there. We actually got our... Or I will pass the tunnel entirely, have to spin around, come back this way. Okay, but you know what I'm saying. We'll catch you on the other side of the tunnel. We'll run back to town, we'll get our stuff, and then we'll go get our next sash upgrade. Outstanding. Like, first kill, thankfully buffs, kept us alive. We'll be right back. Okie dokie. So we're back in friendly territory, because some of our buffs are fading now, but thankfully they lasted long enough to get the job done. So let's see. We need to. Now, there's actually one other thing I remembered. Let's check it really fast to make sure, because the first couple are at the guy inside. Yeah, and the next one is actually with her on the outside. So I mean, that was a problem the very first time. I don't know if anybody remembers. I kept trying to get the quest with her until I remembered it was actually the dude inside and not her. So here we go. We ran by the bank. We also actually managed to get like a whole plat from the shield and all the other stuff we sold. So there's one Legionnaire Bracer, one Greater Lightstone, one Cutthroat Insignia Ring, and one Yellow Sash of Order. Kablow! So, almost no experience for that, unfortunately. Decent chunk of faction, and the Orange Sash of Order, which again, it's not something that's just awesome, amazingly gangbusters, but it's free stats, it weighs nothing, and it's kind of that bit of a bragging right. Unfortunately, we also lost a ring that we just gained to fill in the spot. But that's cool. So like I said, we have one sash left. However, the one thing that I remember about the next sash is it is going to be quite a while, I think, before we can actually mess with that one. So you need the Blackened Wand, right, which drops from the dude at the bottom of Befallen. And then you need a Blackened Sapphire, which drops in the Jaina. Now, if I remember right, I thought it only dropped from like the one dude. Yeah. Ekaros, whatever his name is, in Nijena. What level is that guy? Yeah, he's level 18 to 19. So we wouldn't even be able to deal with him on our own for quite some time. Now the trade-off is, and I've been, kind of dodging it, honestly, because of what the items are. We could technically buy them relatively cheaply and finish out the quest. But I think we'll hold off and we'll try to get this thing wrapped ourselves and not just go out and buy the parts. Because, the parts for this are super cheap. They're from the older zones that really nobody goes to. But just knowing that these guys are, for the time being at least, somewhat out of our league, we will leave this alone, so to speak, and we will try to keep something a little closer to home for right now. Because, again, while, going back to Befallen would not be a bad idea, going down to the bottom, I think would probably end up going quite badly for us. Yeah, and the priest guy himself, based on this, he's level 17. His placeholder is level 17 to 18. So we'd get in pretty big trouble pretty quick. So, well, all right. But still, we got some stuff done. We got another quest under our belt. But tis. A little cheesy, but whatever. It's worth it. It's worth it. Nothing like some dad jokes. So we got our third sash. We're ready to rumble there. And, in the meantime, I guess one of the other things that we might actually be able to do is... as mentioned in our chat, is we might actually be able to start on the headband quests. The only problem with that is we've actually got a really good... Well, I wouldn't say it's amazingly gangbusters, but it does have some armor class on it and some agility. We might be able to jump across and do some of the headbands just to do them. Just to say that we've done some monkey questing. But like I said, in looking at them, really, it's, eventually we'll end up running kind of into the same thing where we will, end up basically out of our league of what we can kill on our own, unfortunately. And if we look through... like the red headband, they're basically the equivalent. The headband is basically the equivalent to, our belt. So we should be able to go to the orange one really quick, right, and kill stuff like some Black Burrow stuff. No big deal there. And then as soon as you jump past that one, you go into the red one. Now you got to go kill, level 22 guys running around in the Karanas, which that would give us a hard time. Maybe we'll jump across. It's probably not right now. But either way, pretty spiffy stuff. Got some quests done. Trying to look to see if there was any other kind of spiffy quests we could do right now, but a lot of the ones I'm finding like immediately are still quite a bit bigger, unfortunately, than we are. So we'll probably have to hold off on doing any of that, because even the kind of some of the other spiffy stuff is definitely way up there, right? When you start talking about like the cool stuff, like the Robe of the Whistling Fist and that kind of stuff. We're a little bit underleveled. For that kind of stuff. All right, so let's what we will do, see if we have any luck here. We will. So you have fat fingered super badly when not only did you misspell looking for a group, you you hit your hotkey button and stopped your recording mid sentence. So anyhoozle. Looking for group is now up officially, not misspelled 3 different ways, and adding different periods and colons and commas, whatever else that I did. Then I hit one of my macro buttons. We're going to run it here. We'll fly LFG for a little while. I think we might actually just make our way to Befallen and see if we can't pal around at the top. Not necessarily trying to get, like I said, the quest done, but just the closest dungeon I can think of. So if nobody bites on the group, we might go over there and see what kind of trouble we get into. So we've been running around LFG for a little while. Nothing too crazy. We haven't got any bites yet. So we've been kind of just running around kind of in the deserty area. Mostly killing like the scarabs and stuff. They're relatively safe for us. We just got jumped by an air elemental. We're going to see. They have no idea, because I forgot they had the whole invis aerial things around here. We might just have to run away from this guy, though. If we don't start trading really quick with him here, we're going to be in some pretty big trouble. Yeah, we're just going to run. We're just going to run. Mend is down. And if Mend backfires on us, it's just going to kill us, I think, at this rate. So, you know, random adventure. Like we were seeking adventures. So the last thing we want to do is trade in a life to some ridiculous air elemental who jumped us while we were fighting a bug. But I think we'll make our way over to Befallen. We'll see if anything's going on there. I haven't gotten any bites running around here. And I guess when I hit the other commons, I can see if there's anybody doing any of the orc groups or dirt groups, whatever, here as well. We'll run over, at least get to the Befallen gate. I think it should be relatively safe for us. At the same time, well, tell you what, let's not even run ourselves off in the middle of nowhere. Let's just sit right here and bind wound first. Then we'll hit mend, and if everything goes perfect, we'll be at, you know, fighting power again, or mend backfires and we have to start bind wound all over again. We'll see what happens, but stick around for me for another minute. Like I said, when that fight started just to go sideways, I figured I would catch it, just to, you know, make sure if anything went stupid. But we will keep pressing forward, looking for new adventures. Okie dokie. So we're here in Befallen. There's all the people here are huge compared to us. So hopefully we'll have nothing else. We can run around and make a nuisance of ourselves on the top floor. There's not going to be a lot of stuff. I'm thinking, trying to catch. I think a lot of the stuff up here is probably going to be green. Get pinned again, and nothing happens. Ah, there goes our cell. There goes our cell. See, I'm thinking most of the stuff up here probably should be able to just smush. Oh, whatever. Come here. So we might just be able to go straight after our key. Boop the head. But obviously we don't want to get we do not want to get swarmed under. It can happen entirely too fast here. Yeah, so all these guys are green. Let's check. I think I'm going in the right direction. I think it's been a while. Is he gonna mess with us? I think let's pass. Oh, for crying out loud! Trying to remember, we haven't been here since Trafton. Trying to remember where we find little dude with the first key here. We don't want to fight everything if we can help it, just because it'll be annoying. I think it's back here, right? Get past this stuff. She shouldn't mess with us. I think it's in here, right? I think it's where the Shadow Knight spawns. It drops the first key. So then we hold off this room for a few minutes, I think, and see if a Shadow can get spawned. I think I'm in the right spot. I'll bring it up on the other screen. Make sure I'm not in the entirely wrong area here. But I mean, at least that guy was worth a little bit of experience, so I think we're probably in the right spot. And we're going to go ahead and do this just so I can sit down without something randomly attacking me. And help us regen a little bit since we've lost most of our cooler buffs here. So yeah, I think this is where our Necro guy comes from. So we can get ourselves a key and go exploring. So we will check back in when we have a Shadow Knigget. Alright guys, so this is about our third placeholder in a row. We've been basically clearing the house of everything else just to do it. But I think our patience has run out for now. But I think we'll pick back up here I think next time, there's typically not a lot of people around. Like I said, we've even been clearing out. Yeah. We've been clearing out like the little skeletal rod guy and some of the dudes down there. And of course, the skeletons are always going to mess with us, which is fine. Like I said, we've been pulling pretty much anything around us that we can. I mean, decent little experience. We've gotten some blues. Of course, it's a dungeon, so you get the good dungeon multiplier. But I think we'll pick up here next time. See if we can't get ourselves a key. See if we can't get ourselves in a little bit of action on the other side of the hall. As soon as you get through that door, you know, you get the slightly bigger mobs. And I think as long as we're careful, I think we should be fine. And again, if we think we're getting too far in overhead, we'll run back, either get some buffs to protect ourselves, or we'll just move on and try something else. I'm not gonna throw the lives away. So we're still at 8. I'm gonna keep it that way as long as possible. But like I said, just kind of bad luck tonight with the placeholder for the key. So we've been just kind of here stuck on the first floor. But like I said, we'll pick up here next time. I think it'll be a pretty good spot. And like I said, as always, guys, if you like what we're doing, hey, please don't forget to like, comment, maybe subscribe down below. We do love to hear from everybody. If you want to chat us up in game, that is absolutely fine with me. Doesn't matter which character you catch me on. I will most likely chat with you. I think it's probably going to be safer to go ahead and zone right outside. But until next time, guys, stay safe, stay distant, stay in EverQuest. We'll catch you guys next time. Good night, guys.